The crypto market's been pumping lately, and today we're going to be putting our attention towards Sui, my favorite layer one pick for this bull run, and my biggest holding in terms of a layer one in my portfolio. And you guys know if you've been following the channel for a while that I picked up Sui as low as 76 cents. And, I dropped multiple buy alerts on Sui in my VIP group, many of them below $1. So if you are interested in my buy and sell alerts, obviously that's the place to go down below. But today we're going to be obviously focusing on Sui, talking about where I see it going in the coming months. Do I see it going up? Do I see it going down? And I'm going to be giving you some potential price targets to be looking at for Sui. But in terms of, an update for Sui, I think it's all going to plan right now. It seems to be going fine. The market obviously had a bit of a correction here, and now it seems like it's starting to head back up. And if we take a look at the chart, you can see Sui has actually gained some nice moves on the price action, 35% up in the past few days, past few weeks, maybe days or weeks. And the major level that I'm personally targeting on this chart is around this 420 range that Sui previously found its resistance at before it then obviously came down and had quite a sizable correction when you consider it, right? I mean, it almost came down to those tariff levels from the Liberation Day crash during the May dip. So it did dip more than some people would have expected. Okay, it didn't hold the golden pocket. If we look at the kind of fibs on Sui there, you can see obviously it didn't hold the golden pocket. It actually fell down and found its support more at the 786 level, which I was quite surprised in, to be honest, because Sui is a very strong layer one. I think there were some concerns regarding, the DEX volume on the chain. I mean, it was pretty low when you compared it to other layer ones around the same market cap. And you also had that whole Cetus protocol hack, which kind of caused a lot of fear around Sui. But I think now all of that is behind us. We're ready to start moving up quickly again with the Sui price action. And like I said, the next level I'm personally targeting on Sui is this resistance here around the 420 region. And then once we surpass that, I personally think it's all-time highs for Sui. It's game on essentially once we get past this level here. And when I'm looking at Bitcoin, when I'm looking at Total 3, when I'm looking at Ethereum, when I'm looking at Bitcoin dominance, all these things to me are indicating a rally in the coming months for altcoins. And if altcoins are going to be having a rally, then obviously Sui should as well, because it's the chosen layer one of this cycle. Last cycle, it was Solana. The cycle before, I could say it was Ethereum. This cycle, Sui is that fresh new layer one that's being chosen by the big money. And there's a saying, right? Follow the money. And it holds true in crypto. If you follow what the big players are doing, quite often you will make money because they want to make money as well, right? Now, yes, they got way lower entries based on the private sale and everything, but their tokens are locked up. So you can actually front run them and you can sell before them. But yeah, Sui targets in terms of price, I see it going, obviously above its all-time highs. I see it entering some form of price discovery. And if we put some recent fibs on Sui here, you can see that the 1.618 is around 537. That's one potential area to take some profits. That would be a slight all-time high. But the big one for me where I plan to start exiting out would be around that $7 region. I think it can go way higher than that. But obviously, like I said, I got into Sui below $1. So I would already be up 7.5x by the time it would hit that 2.618 fib. And then if we go up a bit, we're getting more towards that 953 level in terms of price. And then the 4.236, the highest fib level here, is at 1077 per coin. So some really interesting potential price targets there for Sui in terms of the fibs. Now, if we look in terms of market cap comparisons, you're getting a different story. So Sui going to an all-time high market cap of Solana would be a 12.1x on your money. That would be a $36 Sui. I don't think that's going to happen this bull run. Maybe next bull run that happens, but I don't think Sui goes into the 30s this bull run personally. I just don't think time is necessarily on our side to warrant such a bullish price target. However, if we look at Avalanche, okay, Avalanche last bull run went to a market cap of 30 billion. That's around a 3x on your money if you're buying today. I think that's a very reasonable target, $8.70 for Sui. I think it could even go higher than that, but it really puts into perspective that $8 is a pretty decent region to be taking some potential profits. Okay. And if you're buying now, then you'll be up 3x by the time it gets to that level, roughly. And another one, maybe the most reasonable, most appropriate, would be Sui going to the market cap of Polkadot. Polkadot last bull run went to 56 billion in market cap. That would be a 5.4x on your money on Sui if you're buying it today. That would be a $16 Sui per coin valuation there. So I think that is, quite optimistic, obviously, considering we're at $3 now, and the 4-year cycle officially ends around October time. We haven't necessarily got time on our side, but we've seen crazy things happen in crypto before. Okay, we've seen Bitcoin dominance drop massive percentages in very short periods of time. And, if that happens, then we can expect a huge amount of liquidity flowing into Sui. And I personally think the markets are going to be heading up in the coming weeks and months, basically, front running a rate cut, because markets are forward looking. They don't always wait for the event to pump the price, they pump it leading into the event. Buy the rumor, sell the news is the famous phrase. So I'm bullish on Sui here. I think it's a really good buy if you're looking for those kind of X's, which I've mentioned here, like a 3x, maybe a 5x, maybe a 6x. If you're looking for those kinds of X's, Sui is the perfect coin to have in your portfolio because it brings a whole lot of safety due to the fact that it's a layer one that's well backed with a strong ecosystem. And obviously, it brings good upside because it's fresh and new. Unlike something like maybe Avalanche or Polkadot, which are more older chains, getting a bit boring now. People have kind of moved on looking at the fresh, new, shiny objects. And I would say that is, exactly what Sui is. Now, I want to talk about a project in the ecosystem, which would be Walrus. And I actually sent out a little potential buy opportunity alert into my mentor chat. Now, if you don't know, I have a mentor tier where obviously it says it in the name. You get mentorship from me. I personally reach out to you. I help you one to one. And we have a group chat. And I put some potential opportunities for buying in this group chat. Now, these aren't always coins which I actually hold. So in the example of Walrus, I personally don't hold it in my portfolio. I don't need to hold it because I've already got a really substantial amount of Sui. But I understand some of the members might like this potential opportunity. So I sent out that alert to them when Walrus was at 38 cents. And to me, it looked like a great buy because it was in this massive kind of support block or whatever you want to call it. Now, Walrus has started to pump a little bit. It's at 42 cents. Not a massive pump, but down here was where the buy went out, and we are obviously pumping. It was the exact bottom where I sent out that potential buy opportunity. I want to make it clear it wasn't a buy alert, it was a buy opportunity. If you want my buy alerts, obviously that is included in the VIP. The mentor tier just gets everything that the VIPs get and a bit more. But talking about Walrus, I think Walrus is a great opportunity if you're looking for a bit more X's than what Sui's going to bring. So maybe Sui brings, like I said, a 3, a 6x, somewhere in that region. I think Walrus could potentially do something like a 10x, maybe an 8 to 10x. So obviously it brings added risk because it's more of a niche project being in that storage sector, but it's backed by the same guys behind Sui. And to me, the chart structure looks quite good. It looks like it's ready to, start pumping. So this is a potential opportunity here that I wanted to present you guys on this video if you stuck to the very end. And appreciate you guys all watching the video. That was my little update there on Sui. Highly recommend you obviously get in that VIP group because I called Sui really, really early on. And I'm going to be calling, multiple other projects really early on. So if you are interested in those coins, which I'm going to be buying and selling, if you want someone to help out when it comes to exit strategy, get in the VIP. Like I said, you get all those alerts in real time. And you also gain access to a Discord group, which literally never sleeps. Every single second of the day, there's people in here talking about the markets. We're doing voice chats, and it's a very, very interactive, solid community to be in that's going to amplify your potential this bull run. So check it out. Hit the like on the video if you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.